Hello, welcome back to Derail Valley with Freddy. Now, I've had a little bit of play with me audio settings, so hopefully this is better for everybody. You can actually be able to hear me properly. I did notice with the videos, whilst the train was running, you could actually barely even hear me at all. So hopefully, I've done a few tests, and hopefully this will be a lot better. Now, I've had a sort of the jobs. Down here is the pile of jobs that we either don't have the license for and are not going to get at this point, or are low paying jobs that really we don't want to be doing. What we've got left on the table is jobs that would be nice. Now, City South would be somewhere nice to go, but unfortunately, that doesn't pay very well. And at the moment, we don't really want to go to City South. Now, Machine Factory in town is somewhere we do want to go, because that is, I believe, where the wireless remote is. But unfortunately, that's not that well paying. It's sort of, and money is the one thing we do need. We need money. So there are better jobs on the table. So we're left with these. I think this one is not ideal because of the price. Just looking where these go, that might be good paired with that one, because they're both relatively close in the same place. Food Factory in town is right up north, so it's a bit of a climb. Between the two, that's not bad weight. But these two are better. We've got to Coal Mine East, which is up here, and to Iron Ore Mine East, which is way up here. And sort of, out of here, it would be best to go this way, all the way up here, but it is, or sorry, up here. We're going to Coal Mine East, we would go up this side. We're going to Iron Ore Mine East, we go up this way, all the way up. And it's a heck of a climb, quite a long journey, because we're basically going from the south of the map to the north of the map, hence the paying well. The problem is the weight. We're looking just shy of 400 tonnes and 400 tonnes. Now we have a look at our train, we can only do 300 tonnes up a 2% gradient. A lot of that is going to be uphill on a 2% gradient. But what we can do is have a look and buy a license that allows us to run two DE2s together in unison, which will double the amount we can pull to 600 tonnes up a 2% gradient. Which would easily cover that. Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to do both, which would be the ideal. So we're just going to have to do one. And I'm more inclined to do Iron Ore Mine East, because it's paying 71,000 versus 42. A bit further, but nice. And it's 126 minutes to finish. So, as it's night time currently, what we can do is, I think we are going to take that one. So we're going to leave from E30. Now E here. Now I've completely forgotten where we've left our train as well. And it was only yesterday we were on. Ah, dear. So I'll have to find our train. I think it's down here in D. So there's going to be the challenge. We're going to have to get the train. I think we're pointing to come out this way. We want to be reversing in this way to drive out this way. Ideally. I was thinking of the best way to do this. Drive out, reverse in. Can't really turn around. I think the best way, drive in, reverse out, drive forward, come straight through E, reverse on. Then get the second DE2 out from either here or here, wherever it's going to be, and get that to join it as well. So we're going to get the first one up to E. So we are going to E30. So let's have a look at E. Big yard E. I'm going to come in from this way. So we want 30. That's going to be keep right, keep right, keep right, keep right, left on that one. That's going to be where we're going. So we've got 2 trains to move up here to connect up to that. Okay, so enough of me waffling. Let's go for find this 400-ton job. It is night and it is raining. It is just one of those things, unfortunately. I'm sure we left the train down here. I think we did. And there it is. Awesome. So let's go jump in. Get her fired up. Brake cut out. Take the handbrake off. Put the lights up a bit. Watch for the old wheel slip. Turned around. I think I should check to make sure the main settings was set right for us. I want to go left there, into C. We're only going barely in. Flip this straight round and come back out, go straight through E, reverse straight onto it. This is going to become the back 2 of the DE2s. Which is going to be ideal for us. Now what we're going to need an extra license for this. So we're going to get this all hooked up, set up, ready. Repair, get the license, and go from there. I'm spotting over to our left, that's where the other D2 is. So that's going to have to come out and go across that way. I think we can drive straight through on that one. Going to make it easier for us. Right, let's pick up a bit of pace and get this done. Bit of squealy as we go round, and I think that's it. Stopped raining. Awesome. Even better for us. We go past it. So well overshoot it. It's one thing with the DE2s, you've got to watch those amps. Not so bad when you're on your own. When you're pulling a load, you've got to watch those amps. We've been using the remote to automatically flick the lights for us. We're not going that far, that fast. So we don't need to worry about it. Here's the signal here we're after. Start braking now. Change the signal back over. Come to a stop. Oop, wheel slip. Don't want that. Speed off. I didn't check where I go through for E. So I'm going to keep right, keep left. Yeah, that's going to take us straight through. Perfect. So now we don't need to worry about that. As it's on a straight run. Hammer down, let's get there. Oh, nearly. Oh, just saw that at the last second. That would have been a bit of a boo-boo on my part. But this is what can happen. This is why you've got to watch those signals. You've got to watch what you're doing. This is going to be a heck of a paint job and boost us quite well. It's taking us a bit out of our way, but there's jobs we may be able to pick up and bring us back across the map. And we can earn, and we're going to get the license as well for running 2 DE2s at the same time, which is good. Because that it's not just 2 DE2s, it's 2 engines that can work together. So 2 DE4s, DE4 and DE6, 2 DE6s. Why you need 2 DE6s, that would be a humongous train. That would be not funny in the length of it. As you can see, this is a big old yard. That's the signal is on change. Going to adjust the lights. Just this, just so we can see where we're going. This is where having the remote would be handy. Remind ourselves of where we're going. We're going to E30, E5, E4, E3, perfect. Quite some pace, but there's quite a bit of run into this, so we will run it at a bit of pace. Heck of a amount of weight there, so it will stop us, but it will damage if we hit it hard. Lovely, lovely mining equipment. That's what we're going to be hauling. Slow down. Just a touch of pace. Like that, like a glove. So hook that onto there. Hopefully the handbrake. It is at this end as well. Oh! It's like it new. So, fuel cut off that one. Just put the handbrake on for now. So, we're going to reset for neutral. Engage the brake cut-off. Reset the lights. Perfect. Right. Now, we need to go get the other D2. Now, normally I would sleep. But I don't want to lose this job. So we're going to do a night run. Because this job is just worth so much money. What I'll probably do, actually, before we grab that DE2, is grab the license for multiple units. Because at the moment, our fees are only for that one. Yes, I know we could save money by doing manual service. Yikes, 5,000. Right, so as you see, 30,000 for this. Oh, going to increase our copay by 5,000. and add a percentage. Yikes. Is what it is, but we need it. So, multiple unit. What it means is we can control both engines from the front. So just driving the one. I'm sure. How much we got left? We've got 30,000 left. I think that's going to be worth it. That's going to increase our bonus deadline by 5%. So if we have a look. Stats. Time bonus deadline, we're at minus 7% at the moment. So we take 5% of that, it's only minus 2%, which is going to be our best. So, licenses. We'll pick up the museum license. We need to have manual service in order to have that license. Okay. That's something I didn't look at. So we go back into there. Yeah, prerequisites, manual service. Rats. Oh well. Manual service is going to cost us 20,000, so we wouldn't have enough money. So okay, we're just going to do it as is. Right. So let's get this other D2 because we want to get this all set up, ready to go. And it's going to be a big massive sprint back and back again to get this done. But we are definitely going to need both. In order to get this done. Right, that off. Handbrake off. Helps if I pick a gear first. I'm going to want lights front, lights rear. Because of the way we're going, so I let that build up a bit of speed. I'm going to come out of here and go through G. So we need to make sure G is set up for us. We're going to keep right, keep left, straight through G. Happy days. It'll take us up to this point, and we can reverse into E. Happy days. Right. Hammer down, let's get there. Nearly done it again. Gotta pay attention. So it's handy you have all this hotkey, know what your hotkeys are. You can save yourself a lot of time. So keep right, keep left, straight through the centre line. Centre line is always empty. So blast it through here. Get hooked up, get all this set up, ready to go. Leave the engines running. And then we'll be able to blast out of here. This is going to be... Well, we'll set the tracks up for going up. Set our destination up. Then we'll hand the job in and get going. Now this will become easier where we'll just be doing more jobs and less worrying about licenses. Initially it's get this to make more of this, and as you can see that one license has been able to enable us to do this big paying job. Is it that one or is it the next one? I think it's the it's the next one. Right, so brake. Into reverse, brake off. Change our rear lights so we've got some light. So you can set your lights up as you wish. You can have white front and rear. It's just normal to have red for your reverse and white for your front. But as we're the only ones on the line, it's not so much of an issue. Let's cut that power. That should be plenty. This should be set up ready for us. So we're going to keep right, keep right, keep right, and into there. Happy days. Shed a bit of speed going in, as you do. What it means is we can sit in this front cab and go exactly where we're wanting to go. And we can control the power of both units, both engines at the same time from this front one. You can do it hopping back and forward. On realistic, it is quite challenging because you miss, you're jumping off the train and you're never catching it again. Right. Bring that speed down. Leave it there for now. We are a bit away. There we go. Touch. So, hook this up just like any other train. There are a few key differences. So that's hooked up as normal. And how we do multiple units is this blue line here. That is now set up and ready for us to do multiple units. Now we've got the cutout on this one done, but we don't have the cutout on that one done because we don't need it. We are going to need is the handbrake off of that one. We are going to want turn that down the side lights. Right. Let's shut this door. Keep our noise down a little bit. So, we're going to be coming out of harbour, coming up this way. And here we're going to want to keep left. Keep right. Keep right again, because we're literally going to come around here, up here. We're going to want to keep right. Keep left. Keep right into Iron Ore Mine East. That is the way we're going to go. So out of here, up up onto this bypass. And the majority of this is uphill. This is going to cost us some money. So that's that set. The last thing to do, Iron Ore Mine East C4. Oh, that's a bit. Right, there we go. So, Iron Ore Mine East. As you can see, it's a straight round. I've already forgotten where we're going. C4I. So, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to keep right, keep left into C. Thankfully, the station is right by there. I'm going to go C4I. So, we're going to keep right, keep right, keep right into C4I. Perfect. Right, that's all set up. So now, I'll go hand this job in. Massive sprint all the way back. It's the unfortunate thing with the realistic. On standard you can teleport pretty much quite a distance. So that makes doing this a lot easier. As you saw before, you can do moving the train to get you a bit closer. Now let's have a look what the weather's due to be as well. Are we due for any more rain that we can see? It's 3 AM. No, we're not due for any more rain. Right. Get the job. Okay. Sprint all the way back. And we can get going. This will probably be another lengthy video because of the length we're going. And a lot of this is going to be uphill. I've not got the mod yet to be able to do external camera. It is on my to-do list. I need to have a sit and look through, but unfortunately we're working a full-time job as well. I forget. It is just one of those things, and as you can see, this is a big old train. So, in we go. Right. Now we've got to watch the amps on this, but we want as much power as we can get down. So we're in forward, brakes are off. We want to pick up speed. We really do. In fact, we're going to go for a bit of high beam because it's so early. As you can see with the 2 units, weight of this, we are pulling this quite nicely. But of course we're going to have 2 lots of engine repairs now. So this is going to cost us a bit to get up there. I'm not that familiar with this route either. So we're going to have to watch those speeds. I'm not seeing any speed limits yet. But what you can do as well with the museum pieces, once you get them, is you can add extra lights, internal lights, along with all sorts, so you can really increase your light range and have lights pointing round corners, more spread of light across the front. There's a lot you can do. Sounds like that's a bit... Yeah, we're on a 40 limit. On a 1.5 up, so we're going to want some power down. Let's chuck it all down. No doubt we will bleed a bit of speed going up here. Now with a single D2 we wouldn't be able to do this. We would not make up this hill. Not at all. Not a chance. Thankfully with 2 we can do it. We've effectively got the pulling power of 2. The other thing we've got to consider as well, we've got the weight of 2 locomotives to add to the total train as well. So it does add up quite quickly. You can see, just about make out. Not an overly long train, but it's an expensive one. That's what's going to make the money, and the distance we are travelling as well. So that's what's going to make us good money. A question for you guys that are watching: are you interested in this? In me playing Derail Valley? And would you like to see some of these journeys as time lapses? So I appreciate a journey like this. It's quite long, quite lengthy, and can be quite boring. So once you've seen me move around a bit, do you want to see? Oh, here we go. We're going to bleed some speed now. 2.2 up. Ooh. This is where it's really going to test the engine. Yeah, do you want to see some of these journeys as time lapses? You just sort of see me moving around the yards or the stations a little. Let you know what I'm doing next and how I'm doing it, see modifications I do when we find some of these museum pieces as well once we get the museum license. Because till we get the museum license there is no point in dealing with the museum pieces. Drop to a 1.6 up, that's good. Pick up a bit of speed. Most of this journey up is going to be uphill. Do not ideal for us because we're going to burn through a fair old chunk of fuel. Especially as this is 126 minutes to get it done. 71,000 plus the bonus. If we get it done, we could be looking easily at over 100,000 for this job. That's tasty. One job. Admittedly, it's not quite where we want to be on the map, but money-wise, that's going to be a damn good payday. More likely there's going to be a job there that we can haul possibly across the steel mill. That's going to pay us quite well as well to move back across the map. This is the way to some jobs will work like that, other jobs won't. It's one of those things, you've got to take it as you can. You can also look at, can I just move across one station and get a better job? And that cost of moving across one station, especially with just 2 units, you only need to have one engine running. You don't have to have both engines running. You just have the brakes off and you just tow it. You're still going to get good speed in that because it's towing practically nothing. There's that speed going down again because we've gone up in gradient. +1. Gradient's going down again. Coming up to the first turn. So we're on a left here. On standard difficulty, you have an arrow on that map I just had up. This one, it shows you where you are. On realistic, you don't. You have to kind of remember where you are. So we're on a left here, right on the next one, right on the next one, right on the next one, left and right. Right, so the left here was 60, still going up to a 1.8 again, so the speed we've just built up a little bit of, we're going to start bleeding again. This is the way of it. Nearly through a quarter of a tank of diesel as well. Oh. So where we can, we will be cutting the power, but at the moment we're just pure uphill slug. It's what it is. This is probably going to cost us a fair old chunk in money to do repairs, but the amount we're going to pull in is going to be well worth it. That's, I think, saying levelling off at 50. So that'd be nice. See the other line down there, that one will bear off. Oh no, it's the other end of the triangle. So we're just making it round this section here. We're about here. So our next one's going to be a right and a right, and we'll worry about more after that. We can afford to cut a bit of power, save a bit of fuel. So we will do so. Let it roll, let it roll. It's 60, I'm not worried of getting up to 60. Let it roll, save some money. Put down a bit of power actually. As we're going around the turn, we will bleed some speed. We don't need full power. Simply, if we're going to be level long enough, it'd be worth me jumping into the back unit to turn the engine off and save that fuel. It saves us the cost on it. It's all about managing. On realistic, it's a little harder. You've got to try and wait for the perfect line. You've got to learn the track a little bit. Realise where you can and can't get away with things. You know you're going to be straight for a while, and get the back engine turned off and just let the train roll. Bleeding a bit of speed there, purely from the turn. Let it roll for the moment. We're doing okay. As I say, I'm not that familiar with this line of the track, so take it as it comes. It is lovely. It's becoming a lovely morning. The sun will rise. The headlights will drop at that point. Enjoy the beauty of the day. That's 180, and it's a slight downhill go. I want to get some power down, so I feel like we've bled off a fair old chunk of speed. I'm just going to go full power, pick up a bit of speed, then cut it again. That's a lot of what running around Derail Valley is. It's managing your speed, managing what you're doing. Same as I know we're going to have more uphills, so we kind of want to save what fuel we can, which reduces our costs. We have a 50 limit coming up and not far from the next turn. So we're on a keep right, and not long after it'll be keep right again. It's handy to keep an eye on that, because if you're coming up to it and you spot it's set wrong, you can change it before you get there. So a lot of time coming up to it, it's handy just to have this up and just anticipate. Train's all there, perfect. So he's moving across the cab to try and see around the corners, maybe even using a bit of bendy out. You see there, it's on a keep right. So we're on a 70 to the right. If we were going left, it would be 30. If we're 70 to a 60, we're doing 46. We are fine. Put down a bit of power. Because of the turn, don't want to lose too much speed, because it costs us more fuel to get the speed back up. We're into a 50 on a plus 0.7, so not too steep a gradient. Still a bit of uphill, so we're going to want to keep some power down. And it's handy when you've got this hotkeyed. I've got it set to me side panel. It's quite easy, and I just remember where the buttons are for it. I've got them all set to how I want them. We're into a 60 now on a 1.5, so we're really going to want to get the power down now. As a majority of this route is going to be uphill. That is the nature of it. Thankfully, our next train, we're at 50 with a 0.7, so once we get up to 50, we'll back the power off a bit. We've got to get the back end. That's a 30. So we use the hill to our advantage. Let's cut the power. A little bit of brake to bring it down. There we go. No squeal from the wheels, that's good. So we're 30 coming up to this next junction. Back off 1, 2 on power there. This is the problem sometimes, because you come around one of these 30 bends and hit a 2.2, you haven't got a lot of momentum to start with. That's where you need the power. Otherwise you're going to sit there and climb at about 10 miles an hour, 10 kilometers an hour. I keep forgetting this is in kilometers, not miles. Well, that's the name of the game. Light's coming up nicely now. I'll take it off of high beam. So I want to go right. Going right is going to be a 60, but I kind of want to get round this bit first. Can't see. We're at 0.7 downhill. Ooh. Let's cut that power. Now the speed limits apply pretty much from one speed limit to another. It's the turns that you're more concerned about. Don't forget, you've got to get the back end of the train past that sign. There are tools that you can buy that help you out with that. Train length distance tracker. It's preset to what your train length is, or approximately, and it just helps you out. What are we doing? We're an 80. 80 on a 1.2, so let's get some power down. All the power. Let's have a look at the map again. I believe we are now on this stretch, so we've got a long way to go for a keep right, in a right, into a left, into a right. So that's what we're going to do. 70 at a 0.5, so we'll pick up a bit of speed here. I think we can drop those front lights down one. Daylight's coming up nicely. You can also, as you want, turn the cab lights out. Don't have to have your cab lights on, so enjoy a bit more of the day. Lovely back end of our train there. Noisy. Hopefully the volume is much better. I'm really hoping this has got it fixed, and I've got this set for Derail Valley, so I don't have to change the volume settings when I change between the games that I'm recording. I'm trying to find the sweet spot for every single one, which is not easy, especially as I've had to go through a couple of microphones of late. It's definitely not easy. Don't know what's been the problem there, but there's been a problem. Look at down there. Oh, that is, if I'm not mistaken, that is Goods Factory. Yep, that is Goods Factory. I definitely recognise that. I've been there so many times, and I missed that speed sign. Whoops. Enjoying seeing Goods Factory from another angle. I certainly feel like we're uphill, so we bring this power back in. And the power isn't instant, it does take a little while to build up. So the next one's a 70 on a plus 1.6, so maybe I missed out a little bit there. As we should be below our power requirement, we should be okay. We're okay on fuel. Especially being so we're at Goods Factory, just past Goods Factory. We've just come up along here. So we're most of the way, we're over halfway over the journey. So that's good. 40 bend. No problem, we're getting towards the twisty bits at the top. So we're on a right, left and a right. That should bring us into Iron Ore Mine East. Now there is the museum pieces, there's one of every single train available. They spawn randomly around the map. So just because you've seen someone, maybe myself or somebody else that's found one, there's a fair chance when you do your own save, it ain't going to be there, or something different will be there. Which I think adds a nice bit of mystery, because they can literally spawn anywhere, any station. And some of them, I found them halfway down one of the mines. I think it was Coal Mine. In fact, no, it was, yeah, Coal Mine East. I found the DH4 on the standard playthrough. A museum piece which I've got fully restored. Kind of cool. And you can choose how to paint it. Two different schemes, or paint schemes, both for interior and exterior, and the repainted ones look a lot better than these borrowed ones. Fortunately, I missed that first bit of the hill, I think, and that's cost us a fair bit of speed. Not to worry, we're looking better now. Just to refresh my memory, right, left and right. Always rechecking that. It's so easy to get that wrong, and you end up, especially if you don't spot it early enough. Right, we're on 30 here. So we're hemorrhaging some speed there. Power that down. Fortunately, without the clinometer, I don't know what our actual angles are. Once we get that, it will make things easier, but I won't get it for this train because it's, the goal is to get off this train and into the DE4. Initially we'll use one, then we'll use two DE4s, but because we've got the multiple unit, we don't have to rebuy the multiple unit. Now that we've got it, it works for all of them, for all the ones. The steam ones you can't run in multiple unit, it does not allow. So I can see ahead. Zoom in. We're on a keep right, which we want. And it's a 50 into a 50. I think that's a downhill as well. Red tends to be uphill. Or I think it's yellow and red. Oh no, we're on an uphill. Plus 1.1 at 50. So not the worst gradient, not the best. It's a big climb up to the top of the map and uphill. But when we come out, it'll be a lot downhill, so it'll be just to kick it off, let it roll, and we're done. Once we get there, hand this job in, I will be ending that episode here. But do let me know. Have you been enjoying this? I am interested. I do appreciate feedback. Even if it is, well, I think you need to adjust this a bit, or that a bit. Ooh, +2. Ooh. I managed to get up to 35. So we're on a left next, then a right. That will get us in. But yeah, any feedback, positive or negative, if you want to see something change, want to see time lapses of these long runs, want to see a few jump cuts of different bits of me moving around, stuff around. I'll especially do that if I'm shunting some stuff, because as we're bringing this job in, it may well be worth shunting this around in iron ore mine and getting it unloaded to get us extra money. Yeah, we've got a light enough job, we can run out with just one engine. Still keep both of them attached, but just use the one power unit. You do accrue a little bit of wheel wear on the second engine, even without running the engine itself. But it's minimal. It's still worth towing two around, not leaving one, because there's no guarantee where you get to your next place there'll actually be another DE2 or especially DE4. So it's always worth keeping your combo and running with that all around the map. And you can do more than two. If you're quite happy jumping back and forward, we could do two sets of two DE2s. You think the amount of power that is? This is what, 600 tons of just the two. Up a 2% gradient, that'll be 1,200 tons up a 2% gradient. Ooh, tasty. I'd rather jump to DE4s. Yes, they're more expensive, but they pull so much better. Much more pleasant to drive. So yep, this is to keep left. What are we on speed wise for this turn? We're on a 60 into a 70 with a 1.7% uphill gradient. Did say it's a lot of uphill. We're halfway through our fuel there, I can see. Just look down for you guys. So yeah, fuel halfway down. We've used a quarter of oil. But we're doing okay. Everything's good. We're now into a 60. We're not going to get a 60. Not with two DE2s. We had two DE4s. Yeah, we'll probably be up towards 60. And this would take next to no time to do. Because we can run up the hills with power. Unfortunately, we've not got the license. We've not got the DH4s to do it. It is just one of those things. We will get there. If we get a few more jobs like this, it will not take us long. That I can promise. Alright, so we're nearly at the next junction. This is going to be a right. It's a 60 with a 1.1. Yeah, chances of us getting to 60, practically zero. Good thing is, once we get into the iron ore mine, it is flat. All the stations are level. I think the only one that has got a bit of an incline to it, yeah, keep right there. We're on a 40, so we're going to watch our speed now. 40 into a 40. And we're on a downhill, so let's cut that power now. There's the iron ore mine there. Wow, beautiful place. I've not actually been up here before, I don't think. I think I've been up to have a look around. So we want to go left there, left there. So I got that wrong initially. We're going to want to start bringing this speed down. Right. C4I. Exactly where we go. Nice empty track. We're going to run this pretty much all the way down to the bottom, which should put it nicely where we want it. That red marker there is a good place to aim for. The back of your train to be. Obviously, as we've got a lot of weight, we don't want to be doing a huge amount of speed, and it takes a while to slow down as well. So we can get the units past, but we want brake. Excellent. Right, so we're gonna brake this. Fuel cut off that one. Just fuel cut off that one. We don't need to worry about the handbrake for this one. Handbrake there. We see the station office across the way. Disconnect our train. And we should be good to hand this in. See, it didn't take that long. 71, and we were earned 107,000. Thank you very much. And shunting it around would get us an extra 33,000. Nice. Now there's 2 logistics jobs going down to the harbour, and 3 jobs going to steel mill. Huh, look at that. Long one, and normal. That's quite tasty. So those 2 there, we want to come across to machine factory. So from iron ore mine to steel mill, come down here, swing down there. We're halfway across the map, and we're going to get paid potentially another $100,000 plus shunting that around will net us even more. Yeah, that's tasty. So let's have a look where our fees are. So we need to pay 5,755 to clear our fees. And more likely, I will before we do that. But I'll definitely shunt this around, drop this off, earn even more money. So, for this episode, definitely call that there, but I think that's been extremely successful. I'm well happy with the amount we've earned, because we're now 138,000 in the bank. So from sitting and playing with money, we've now got 138,000. That may sound like a lot, but in this game that ain't. When we're talking sort of 500,000, yeah, we're doing quite well. But we can soon spend 200, 300, 400,000 very quickly. So, that being that, up at the iron ore mine, there's not much really to see up here. Because if we look at the main map, we've got the loading platform there, the B yard, the C yard, and a bit of repairs there with the steam locomotive that we passed on the way in. And that's it. There is not a lot to iron ore mine. So, until next time, I'll see you again soon.